need to be prayed over, sung, held, both for us living still and for the dying.
Right.
Again, we need to experience it with them,
Right.
because then all of a sudden we're not afraid anymore.
Exactly.
If you're never there present with it, it's such a surprise to you. And you just watch somebody that's asleep die. You're not really there comforting them. You don't know how to comfort. There's nothing, they're not aware anymore. And you want to be aware. You want to be comforted and loved. And so I was given the importance, it was shared with me the importance of anointing people with sacred oils. And in the oil of anointment is St. John's wort, Hypericum, which is named after John the Baptist, because it both blooms on the feast day of John the Baptist, but also the color red that comes out is a blood-like color, and John the Baptist was beheaded, so it was given that name. But it's the most important herb to the nervous system. So there's this St. John's wort oil, but the essential oils are all the sacred essential oils. The sacred frankincense from Somalia, which is the most... All of the traditional incenses around the world are based in frankincense. And then there is myrrh, which again always goes with frankincense. You have frankincense and myrrh. And then you have rose, which is the quintessential scent of love and joy. Matter of fact, I'll tell a quick little story of a woman that was diagnosed advanced cancer in the hospital, definitely dying in the hospital, but yet body scanned, all these things are being done to her, pricked and poked and everything, and she was miserable. And then somebody opens the door and brings a dozen roses to her. And for the first time in days sitting in a hospital bed, she actually smiles. It's the first thing that brought healing to her, was the visual to see a dozen roses at her doorstep. The next thing that happened was they were brought over to her, and what did she want to do? Smell them. The smell of the rose gave her a second smile. Of all the efforts that was being done in the hospital to do something healing, it was the rose twice that brought her some peace. And so the rose is is the symbol of joy. And lavender is also this lifting of the spirit. So rose and lavender were the other ones. The sandalwood is grounding. It's a more grounding, sacred scent. And then nutmeg is the scent that's in there from the tree. So you have tree, you have flower, you have leaf, you have root, and so you have all these aspects of nature sort of balanced in the oil of anointment, and all of the oils have symbolism. And then there's the Tulsi essential oil, which is the holy basil, which every Hindu home in India has a holy basil on its altar, because it symbolizes immortality. It's the incomparable one, it's called. That's what the word translates into. So it's very, very revered for its spiritual benefits. It's lifting up of the Shen, or the spirit, but it's also, I consider it a primary adaptogen as well. So that was designed both for all people to use, for blessing, for lifting their spirit, making them again aware of their spirit in them, which we all need to be reminded. We all need to harmonize our spirit. It's also for anyone suffering with illness that could use healing. And then ultimately it's for people in transition. It's an oil of unction, sacrament of unction to bless people with.